final leg of the Triple Trio, Class 4 over the 1,800 metres. Kingsman drops in class, back into Class 4. He's a dual winner in this grade. Japon's drops in class as well. Poaching Treasure could roll on from barrier 3. Good Days run up behind a very impressive Enjoy Life last time out. Ha Ha Heart wanted Happy Valley last time over the 1650. Got Proud Sky last start, course and distance winner goes up in class. And Midnight Promise and Eastern Prowess. Well, he's actually on the brink of a class drop now for a mark of 40.
Yeah, that's right. He could be in Class 5 if he wanted to be. Now, this is where it gets a bit more tricky. There's a lot of horses in this race that could be featuring, and it all depends on how they settle down into their order. Potentially Mighty Boy, who's been semi-reliable on going forward, although that can't be the case in his last two. Sparkling Sword's a genuine front runner. Penzance was closer in a recent trial. Poaching Treasure. Midnight Promise would lead this if he could, but he's lost a lot of his early speed. So there's lots of question marks, lots of variables here. It doesn't make it easy.
It doesn't. Kingsman's working well. Nice piece of work from him down the back straight. Nice and relaxed as he comes down. He's a horse who's dropped in grade 2. He's got a good record in this grade. Barrier 2, he should get a nice run. He's in the market too at $5.90, just pulling up there nicely. Japon's has had a great season, hasn't he? He's been winning. He's won 3 of his 5 runs this season, so he's going nicely. Has the handicapper got him? That's the question mark we're going to ask ourselves. But looking from a track work perspective, there's nothing wrong there. He's going nicely in Ha Ha Heart. He won last time at Happy Valley. It was a bit of an upset there at $17. But he comes to Sha Tin, so interesting to see if he can bring the Happy Valley form to Sha Tin.
All right, well, let's start with the 2 class droppers here in Kingsman and Japon's as well. Kingsman finishing in 5th, Japon's a bit further back in 12th, but so the drop in class certainly brings them into consideration.
Yeah, I think Japon's had excuses here. I mean, he drew 13, he got a long way back, so his form prior to that was worthy, I think, of throwing him into calculations. And Kingsman, running against horses like Rickfield, Top Laurel, Sergeant Titanium, it's a huge difference in class here for him, so that's a positive alongside of his name.
Yeah, I quite like Kingsman in this race. I've got him in there for 2nd. I think he's a really good chance. I think this will be his grade.
Yeah, I've got him in the tips as well, and I had Jay Ponce on the bench. A definite inclusion, I would have thought, if you can afford to stretch wide in the TT.
All right, as Paul mentioned, Ha Ha Heart was a big price winner at Happy Valley last time out. Matthew Chadwick was on board. He is again.
Matthew, Ha Ha Heart, nice ride from you to win on him last time out at Happy Valley. How do you think he'll handle Sha Tin?
Yeah, it was a great win last start. Coming back to Sha Tin, he's a very young horse, so I don't think it should be a problem. It takes a bit of time to wind up, so it could be even a benefit having a longer straight, so we just have to wait and see.
Any concerns about the step up to 1,800 metres?
I don't see it as a problem. He's a nice, relaxed horse, so hopefully just get a nice fluent run throughout and show his best late.
And you mentioned too, he's a young horse. Where is he in his stage of development?
Oh, it's hard to say. Mr. Size, he will know more. He performed well last start with his win, so as long as he improves off that, he should be able to compete against him and be competitive this time out.
I thought he won with a little bit up his sleeves. It was a good ride from Matthew. He didn't go around the horse.
Yeah. No, you liked him on the night, Andrew, and I think it's interesting John's now gone even further in trip with him, being by my boy Charlie, so still very green. It's a very winnable race for him, I would have thought. Change of circuit, as Matthew mentioned, but I wouldn't think that'd be a problem.
Yeah, it's a real open race, this one, and he's definitely got his chances.
All right, he's a double-figure price at this stage. Proud Sky was a last start's winner. That was, though, in Class 5 company. He just finds it a little bit tougher up in Class 4.
He does, yep. He's had 11 starts in Class 4, just the 2 fourths. So that suggests that Class 5 is his happy hunting ground. But he is in form. So he comes in now with a win under the belt and a light weight. So I'd have him ahead of a few others. But if you're looking to sort of, you know, tighten things up in your Triple Trio, you have to cull somewhere. Maybe he might be one that's on the borderline.
Yeah, I didn't get him in the end. You get a price, though. Joe Moreira's jumped off him.
Yeah.
Keith Young's aboard now, but what's he, $18 currently at the moment?
I like him at the distance. I think this is his distance.
Just know that's great. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Moreira will be on board Midnight Promise. We can have a look at him along with Air Illuminance last time out. Midnight Promise is actually favourite here, and with that in mind, I thought it was a little bit weak in the closing stages.
It's almost worthy of maybe taking Proud Sky over Midnight Promise when you look at the form on the board. I mean, I'm guilty. I tipped him 2 or 3 starts ago, made him the best. And, well, he just hasn't been able to deliver. I mean, I'm going to tip the horse that ran past him there, actually, Aeroluminance.
Well, he was $2 favourite 2 starts ago. Responsibly beat him. $2.30 last time. He's costly. He's come up a bit higher now at $5.20. Joe Moreira sticks with him, so he'll be short again. But I've got him in there just as a safety net, but not on a win line. You'll take him on.
When I tipped in him the best bet, Andrew, I thought he'd lead, and he didn't lead. He was very slow out. He was back in traffic, and it all went awry. He's lost a lot of that early pace, so it's hard to be confident.
I wouldn't be surprised if Moreira jumps out and tries to grab the front and dictate, but that's the chance you take. Good Days is our favourite ball. Big run from him last time out.
Yeah, very good run from him, and it's the Omen bet working with you two. Good Days on top. Here he's the one with the blinkers.
The Omen bet having you back, Paul.
the blinkers went on him. I think that was the key, Andrew, with the blinkers on, and he bet Enjoy Life. Another good piece of advice there. Well, Good Life beat him, actually. Kingsman downgraded. We've got him in for second. We'll sneak Midnight Promise in there for third, because I think he can run OK, but I'll take him on a win line. And Garlic, yeah, he's a horse who does like these longer distances, being by Savabeel, so we'll put him in there as well. So 6, 1, 13 and 8, but I'll be playing a bit more exotic. I'll be doing exotic things with this race.
It's hard to be confident like we were in the previous race when it comes to the TT here. If you can find a banker or something you're feeling strongly about and then throw in as many as possible, that's probably the way to go. But look, I ended up going with Aeroluminance. We saw that replay. He ran straight past Midnight Promise in the stretch at the Valley last outing. He's a winner over the course and distance. It's his only win in his career. And I think now that he's going in fourth up, he's a good chance for Douglas White off barrier number 1. Good Days. The blinkers did the trick. Ha Ha Ha. It was no fluke at the Valley. Kingsman's probably got the class when you look at the opposition recently. He's been running against. So 10, 6, 7, 1. There are other possibilities, though. 6, 7, 10 was the QQP play for me.
Yeah, very similar numbers, Brett, but I do like Ha Ha Ha. I think he's a horse
Stick with him, why not?
Yep, and we'll do at that. That was race number 6.